Rome, the greatest empire the world had ever seen. But its glory was built on the backs of the enslaved. One man refused to accept his fate. Spartacus, a Thracian warrior, a Roman slave. He was sent to the gladiator school of Capua. Here, men were trained to die for entertainment. Their master, Batiatus, owned their lives. But no chain could break a warrior's spirit. He dreamed of Thrace, of freedom, of home. The Romans had taken everything from him. In the arena, he became something extraordinary. Victory after victory, the crowd loved him. But applause couldn't replace freedom. So he began to whisper a dangerous word, revolt. 70 men, one plan, one chance. They fought their way out with kitchen knives. On the night of 73 BC, they broke free. Capua would never be the same again. They took refuge on the slopes of Mount Vesuvius. Rome sent 3,000 soldiers to crush them. Spartacus looked down and smiled. They made ropes from wild vines and descended the cliffs the Romans thought unclimbable. The attack came from where no one expected. 3,000 Romans ran for their lives. The slaves had beaten the greatest army on earth. Word spread like wildfire across Italy. Thousands of slaves joined the rebellion. Spartacus turned farmers into fighters. They came from every corner of the empire. In Rome, panic spread through the Senate. General Glaber was sent with a real army. But Spartacus was always one step ahead. He used tactics Rome had never seen from slaves. Glaber's army was shattered. By 72 BC, they controlled all of southern Italy. But the rebels were divided on what to do next. Some wanted to cross the Alps and go home. Others wanted to march on Rome itself. They marched north, 120,000 strong. But Crixus and his Gauls broke away. They were surrounded and destroyed. When Spartacus heard, he held funeral games. He made Roman prisoners fight in Crixus's honor. Rome was terrified. This had never happened before. Marcus Crassus, the richest man in Rome, stepped up. He funded a new army from his own fortune. 50,000 soldiers, personally trained by Crassus. Spartacus planned to cross to Sicily by ship. Cilician pirates took his gold and sailed away. They were trapped at the toe of Italy. Crassus built a wall across the entire peninsula. 37 miles of wall and trench, just to stop one man. In winter, Spartacus tried to break through. The first attempt failed. But Spartacus never gave up. On the second night, they broke through. They were free again. But for how long? Pompey's army was marching back from Spain. Spartacus was caught between two armies. He chose to fight, face Crassus directly. He sacrificed his own horse. No retreat. If we win, I'll give you Rome. If we lose, no horse needed. The final battle. 71 BC. The fields of Lucania. The largest slave revolt battle in history. Spartacus fought toward Crassus himself. He killed 2 Roman centurions with his bare hands. But the numbers were too great. Spartacus was surrounded, still fighting. He died as he lived, on his feet, never kneeling. They never found his body. Crassus crucified 6,000 survivors on the Appian Way. 130 miles of crosses, a warning. Rome celebrated, but it would never forget his name. Even in victory, Rome knew they'd been scared. Ordinary Romans whispered his name like a legend. Across the empire, slaves dared to dream. Parents told their children his story. His legacy outlasted Rome itself. 2,000 years later, his story still inspires. American abolitionists called him a hero. His rebellion echoed in America's own fight for freedom. Every freedom movement remembered Spartacus. Workers' rights, human rights. His fight became all fights. From Rome to today, the fight for dignity never ends. The Colosseum still stands, a reminder of what was. In the sand, if you look closely, you can still see footprints. The shadow of one man still falls across history. His story doesn't belong to Rome, it belongs to everyone. Better to die on your feet than live on your knees. He marched, he fought, he inspired millions. One man against an empire. And he almost won. The greatest warrior Rome ever feared. Spartacus, born a slave, died a legend. His flame was never truly put out.